In topic 7.4, we're going to be focused on particulate matter and to some degree carbon dioxide. We'll be talking much more about carbon dioxide in our last unit when we start to focus on climate change. But there are anthropogenic sources of carbon dioxide, such as volcanic activity, respiration by various organisms, the decomposition of organic matter. All those things do release carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. But obviously, anthropogenic sources also release quite a bit. We're going to focus on particulate matter. And particulates are released by fires, any kind of combustion, volcanic activity. And particulate matter really is a very dangerous pollutant in terms of human health. And I put in the notes this quote. This is a 2013 study. And basically, what it does is it links the risk of lung cancer to particulate matter exposure. And so basically what this study found is there's no safe level of particulate matter, and that every increase in PM10 or PM2.5 results in an increase in lung cancer risk. And this, as I said earlier in topic 7.1, the finer that particulate matter, the smaller the particles, the more dangerous, because it can get deeper into the lung tissue. And so we have some examples here. This shows the eruption of Mount St. Helens, which happened in 1980, okay, up here in Washington. And what we can see is volcanic activity can have a large-scale, almost global effect on climate in some ways. We can see Mount St. Helens, which erupted in 1980, distributed 2 to 5 inches of ash in some places, okay, 1/2 to 2 inch in this orange area, and some measurable ash up to 1/2 inch in this entire yellow area, all the way down here as well into Oklahoma. So that carbon dioxide that's released in particulate matter, aerosols, can have impacts on ecosystems, certainly. And oftentimes we see under these huge volcanic eruptions is that particulates get ejected high into the atmosphere and actually block out some of the incoming solar radiation and tend to cool the earth. Forest fires are a really important contributor to particulate matter pollution, and we'll talk a little bit about forest fires. Forest fires are becoming more and more common, and we'll be talking about that actually, in that there's a forest fire happening right now in the Los Angeles area. But large-scale forest fires have been increasing as our climate warms, as conditions become drier in certain locations. And we can see here some statistics here. This is PM2.5 in California. And again, this shows the results of wildfires, that over a period of 2 weeks, the particulate matter pollution in the air increased dramatically. These are highly dangerous levels of particulate matter. And we can see this shows air quality index measurements throughout the United States. And obviously this was a time when in California wildfires are spreading particulate matter into the atmosphere, resulting in poor air quality. And we can see some of these wildfires in California have been enormous. Okay? Hundreds of thousands of acres have been burned in some of these wildfires. They're not confined to California. They happen many other places. They happen in Canada. They can happen really anywhere, but these are some of the examples that are most prominent. We know from a couple years ago that forest fires in Canada impacted the air quality here in our area. We can see this is May and June of 2023. And we can see again huge impacts, unhealthy air quality, and that's why at that time sports were canceled and things, because PM particulate matter is so hazardous to human health. They don't want people exercising and inhaling large quantities of that. And here we can see the satellite imagery. You can see the smoke from those fires affecting the northeast of the United States. And forest fires also, besides particulate matter, they release carbon monoxide, they release nitrogen oxides. There's many pollutants that are released when wood combusts during these forest fires.